say this calls for action, and now, nip it in the bud.
Michelle Pfeiffer? The only true Catwoman is Julie Newmar, Lee Merriweather, or Eartha Kitt. And I didn't need molded plastic to improve my physique. Pure West.
Good morning, angels.
Good morning, Charlie.
I love it when a plan comes together.
It's time. Let's talk about music, movies, and mostly television from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. Good evening. Oh boy, what a night I've had. What a night I have had. Talk about life getting in the way. So apologize for starting this live stream a little bit late, but you found the good stuff live. My name is Dave Sundstrom, and I enjoy talking about music, movies, mostly TV from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But tonight we are going to talk all about 1972. Woo! Yes. One of my favorite years. I was 8 years old in 1972. And hopefully you are really going to enjoy this live stream tonight. So what I'm going to do is ask folks to share their memories. I've got trivia lined up, and guess what? Tonight is the night. At the end of the live stream, we will be doing a drawing for an annual subscription to Remind Magazine. Yep, I'm talking about this magazine, folks, Remind Magazine. The January 2022 issue is dedicated to 1972. And this evening, when we do trivia, I will be taking the questions, for the most part, from the trivia section, the ultimate trivia section that's found near the end of the magazine each month. So, like I said, life got in the way a little bit today. It's been an extremely hectic day. I won't burden you with all of the things that went on, but I got to say, it's so darn good to be here with you this evening. I am absolutely stoked to be here. And let's see who's here. I'm going to scroll up. First off, I got to remember, earlier today I saw a super chat already dropped by Kevin Connor. He tends to do this nearly every single week. Kevin must be in Canada because it's Canadian. It's a Canadian super chat that hits the stream. But I've got to thank him for that. Kevin, thank you so much. It's truly appreciated. I really do value your support. And as long as I'm saying my thanks, giving my thanks, let me also say thank you to all of the tremendously kind people who are super fans of the channel. And yes, hopefully you won't be too upset if I just take a moment to say everybody's names. For 7 months, James Mitchell, Superplex, a.k.a. Dave, John Collins, Retro Serial, my friend Ian C., Spike Spikerson, Beesnichio, and Tom Gladstone have been super fans. They've been super fans since the very beginning. For 6 months, a total of 6 months, Tracy Roth-Myers, Lance Chapin, Byron Bushnell, and Greg McLaughlin have been super fans. Coming in the 5-month mark, Lisa Fields, Kevin Walter, Golden Rage of TV, my friend Pat McCormick, Mama Pink, Mike D, Daily Dan Blog, that's Danny Staten for those folks who don't know, Though Richard, Nancy D, and Elf Dog 100. Yep, they're there in the 5-month mark. And then wrapping things up, we've got a bunch of folks with a little bit less than 5 months. Jill Carter, Michael Cole, Georgia Ayers, Rochelle B., the Partly Normal LMT, Stephen Adams, Buddy Mills, Jason Goldtrap, Jitterbug 2007-14, Dave Claroni, Kevin Davis, Miles High, and David Zentera, our newest super fan, by the way. So huge thank you to everybody. And let me throw a little love, a little super fan love your way in the form of our good friend, Fred Rogers.
You are special.
Those of you that find ways to support the channel, you truly are special, and I am very grateful to you. One more note of thanks, as long as I'm getting all of my thanks out of the way. I got to say thanks to my friend Thomas McCluskey, aka the Hungry Jerk. I've got a picture of Van Williams here because he sent me a copy of Retro Fan magazine, a couple of months ago now, I think. And gosh darn it, they're in one of the issues was the May 2021 issue, and it had a great kind of a recollection, kind of tribute to Van Williams. One of the contributors to Retro Fan magazine spent a great deal of time with Van Williams over the course of multiple conventions. And you know what? There is so much good information there that I'm going to be, one of my next videos will be on Van Williams. And there is a very cool surprise, something that I don't think anybody knows about Van Williams unless you've read that article. And then maybe then you might have missed this little nugget of just coolness. So thanks, Tom. Truly appreciated. Appreciate you sending me that magazine. I've just gone ahead and thrown up on the screen for fun. I said thrown up. Put up on the screen my address. You want to send me something cool like that? I am all for it. There's my address, Dave Sundstrom, 4043 Riverdale Road, number 1057 in Ogden, Utah. All right, I'll leave that up for just a few minutes as we welcome people. Let's see who's here. Let's see, we got Lance Chaffin. Did I say superfan Lance Chaffin? Because that's who it is. The Josh Sings is here. Hey, Josh. Kenneth Wilkinson's here. Daryl Johnston's here. Tim the Enchanter. Who else? Yep, there's Tom McCluskey. Great to have you here with us, Tom. Jerry Gillespie mentions that we unfortunately lost Ronnie Spector today from the Ronettes. She was 79. Of course, I immediately think of that great song that she sang with Eddie Money, Take Me Home Tonight. But and Danny, I saw the text. I haven't been able to respond to it, but thank you. Yeah, thanks for the heads up about Ronnie Spector. Not sure that I'm going to do anything on Ronnie. Maybe something over on the Retro Music Memories channel. That would be the right place. Elf Dog 100 is here. Spike, superfan Spike Spikerson. Let's see. Scrolling, lots of conversation between those folks. Emily Miller's here. Good to have you here, Emily. Jim Backus is with us this evening, hanging out. Oh, let's see. Lots of great conversation. Holy cow. Kimberly Wiederhold, good to have you with us as well this evening. Conversation about Dark Shadows I'm reading. Yeah. What a great show that was. So many fond memories I have watching that show as a youngster with my mother. Steve Tevis from the Life and Sand Ending is here. Welcome. Good to have you with us. Superfan Zuperplex is with us. Hey, Zuper. Good to have you here. Doreen Maggio. Good to have you with us. Tracy Rothmeyers, superfan Tracy Rothmeyers in the house. Welcome. Ruth Dunham here. Superfan Mike D. Welcome. David Thomas, good to have you here. Keith E., welcome. Shannon Burns, welcome. Let's see. We're at the 6:30 mark with so many things to scroll through. Patrick Fennell, superfan Danny Staten, welcome. Superfan Kevin Davis, good to have you here. Oh, anyone else here in the... This is funny. Sadly, David Sundstrom did not show up. He was only 53 years old. Sadly, I'm a little bit older than that. I was 8 in 72. That tells you exactly how old I was. Tom, I think we're the same age, my friend. Thrash Pondo Ponds is in the house. Good to have you with us. Superfan Jason Goldtrup, welcome. Good to have you here. Stoked to have you here. John Marie, good to have you here. Superfan Ian C., also known as Retro Serial, welcome. I've been listening to your in TV shows, podcasts, catching it in the podcast this form this time. I know it's over on YouTube as well. Maybe I'll go back and watch it, the two of you. You're handsome fellers. So maybe I'll go back and watch the two of you in action. Superfan John Collins, welcome. Good to have you with us. As always, Nick Mamonis is here. Texas Kids UK, welcome. Yeah, you were all alone for a bit, but now I'm here. Superfan Jill Carter, welcome. Todd McGreary, good to have you with us. Lamont Bradford, always a treat to have you part of the stream. Did I get everybody? Have I got everybody? Probably not. Al Duarte's here. Talk a little Godfather action there. That might come up in trivia later on. You never know. You never know. Let's see. Scrolling through. I'm at 6:39. It's 6:49, so I'm still 10 minutes behind. John H., welcome. Karen Lester, good to have you here. Yvonne 7715, welcome. Cindy Pruitt, good to have you here. Only 257, always a treat. John H., welcome. Bill Thompson, great to have you with us as well. Longtime community member there. Good old Bill Thompson. Sweet Papillon? I don't know. That one's a tough one. 72. I'm going to say Sweet Papillon, 72. Mr. Led's here. Peggy Galati is here. Andrew Sporner is here. People are starting to kind of share their memories of 1972. Mr. Led was 16. Andrew Sporner, that's the year he started school. Let's see what else we got. Sakina McCurran was 10 in 1972, so you're a couple years older than me. Raja, 1938, welcome. Good to have you here. You know the thing. Hey, how's it going? And Abby Kim Stewart, welcome. Had the chicken pox in 72. Well, that's no good. That is no good at all. Let's see what else. Ben Adams, good to have you here. He's coming in to us from over in Iowa Park, Texas. Well, hello from Kaysville, Utah. Marianne Lockwood, welcome. Terrell is in the house. Always a treat to have you here with us, Terrell. Terrell's such a great source of he sends me frequently ideas for videos, and I truly appreciate those. Thanks so much, Terrell. You're great. You're a good man. Bus Stop is here. Ben Adams is here. Superfan Dave Claroni, welcome. Superfan Kevin Davis, if I didn't say your name, welcome. Long pause as I scroll through. I'm almost caught up. Tim is here. Welcome, Tim. And you know what? I think we are so close to being done. Dominic D., good to have you here. Retro Television 1, welcome. 1972, the year the Waltons and MASH premiered. Good stuff there. That might help you in trivia later on, folks. Let's see. Traditional fun. Oh, my goodness. Snowy southeastern Michigan. You know, it was almost 40 degrees today here in Utah and sunny. So I am so sorry for those folks that are experiencing the colder weather. Pete Jersick, welcome. Good to have you here. You too, welcome. Good to have you with us as well. I think you're new. At least I don't recall that handle before. Brett C., hello from Kaysville. Good to have you here from Indiana. Mr. Williams, welcome. Oh, and we have a super chat from my friend John Collins. Welcome, John. Super fan John Collins. It's awesome to have you here. And he says, in honor of 1972 and All in the Family and its many spinoffs, would you mind creating a thank you clip related to Archie Bunker and a thank you clip related to Betty White? Well, you asked so very nicely with the super chats. Pad in hand. I'm going to write it down right now. Archie Bunker and Betty White. You got it, John. I'll have those ready for our next live stream. Thank you so much. And in honor of tonight's super chat, let me find a little thank you for you. I'm going to stick with your special theme right now because you are a special feller. But we're going to do a little something different than Fred Rogers.
Well, isn't that special?
It truly is special. Thank you so much, John. Really appreciate that. Dolph Quick is here. Yeah, if you will. If you were born in 62, you're 2 years older than me. Let's see who else is here. Keisha 4620, welcome. Good to have you with us. Marianne Lockwood, I think I said hello, but I'm going to say hello again because I can't quite remember if I did. Carolyn Harmon, welcome. She's 15 and 72. Captain Blairdo, 72 was his or her birth year. Their birth year. Milt Marharfer, Papillon. Thank you so much, Milt. That's great. Papillon. I get thrown. I want to think. Well, I think there should be an I in there if I'm going to say Papillon, but you know. Mike Jones, welcome. Good to have you here. And Okie, welcome. Enough already. He says, get on with the message. Get on with the message, man. But I had to get to your name and welcome you. I had to. T. Carvana, welcome. Okie's ready for me to be done, but I've got to say, Dave Claroni, thank you for the super sticker. One more little thank you, and then we will be done. And I will get on to my message.
Hey, look.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Dave. Truly appreciated. All right. So we're going to talk about 1972. So many things happened in 1972 tonight. Let me get rid of that address. No one needs that address there anymore. I've put together a little compilation video, and I think it'll get us on to, it's going to start things off right this evening. So let me do this and pay careful attention because this will help you during trivia as well. All right, folks.
We take you now to Kermit the Frog at the scene of another fast-breaking news story.
Is this microphone on?
The ailing aerospace industry got a boost today as President Nixon committed the nation to a new phase of space exploration.
Introducing the LC-8, world's smallest electronic calculator by Sharp. Price tag to match, $345 complete.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Of course you get one button color on Sears 19-inch color TV. But you also get something a lot more important. Come, I'll show you.
I rode my bicycle past your window last night.
Built into every 1972 Volkswagen is a network of sensors leading to one central socket.
This is a CBS News special report. The President in China. Banquet in the Great Hall.
I want one picture taken with Archie Bunker, my friend, and me.
You want me?
Yes. Now on three, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Apollo 16 blasted off today to explore the mountains of the moon. Astronauts John Young, Ken Mattingly, and Charles Duke described their trip phenomenal.
Quick, Batgirl, untie us before it's too late.
It's already too late. I've worked for you a long time, and I'm paid less than Robin.
Holy discontent.
Same job, same employer means equal pay for men and women.
Through the years, innovation has been an obsession with Peugeot.
Good evening. We have a mystery story out of Washington. 5 people have been arrested and charged with breaking into the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee in the middle of the night.
The Democratic National Committee is located in the Watergate office. The Summer Olympics, up close and personal, the ABC way.
Live at this moment from ABC headquarters, just outside the Olympic Village in Munich, West Germany. This is building number 31. At this moment, 8 or 9 terrified living human beings are being held prisoner.
But Spitz is going to go in. Spitz wins the gold medal. In second place.
So you can use either regular or unleaded gas.
To the rock.
Yes.
And now here's the star of the new Price is Right, Bob Barker.
The great hair color for that deep, bright, colorful hunk of the difference that brunettes deserve. For brunettes only.
You think my going through that kind of excitement might create a perspiration problem?
Take it easy.
Good evening. The fighting is over for American ground soldiers in Vietnam.
Listen now.
Listen now. He's made the difference. He's shown us how.
Howdy, the quicker picker-upper. Strong, too.
This is about deception. This is about the White House. And this is how you stop it. With your vote.
Through 4 weeks of the 72 season, the Dolphins were undefeated.
Now there's discreet 4-channel sound. Introducing Series 44 from Panasonic.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Jim Bob. Good night, Jim Bob.
Good night, Jim Bob. Nothing makes better hot buttered popcorn than the Hamilton Beach Butter Up Popper. It's the original automatic self-buttering popper.
According to our CBS News estimate, President Nixon has been reelected.
I can't believe I ate that whole thing.
Take 2 Alka-Seltzer.
His name was Jeremiah Johnson. They say he wanted to be a mountain man.
Robert Redford as Jeremiah Johnson.
Till the one day when the lady met this fellow, and they knew that it was much more than a hunch.
That's the way it is. Tuesday, December 26, 1972. This is Walter Cronkite, CBS News. Good night.
There you go. 1972 in a nutshell. So I saw a lot of comments, and the one that totally blew my mind as well was the price of a calculator in 1972. $345 for a fairly standard calculator that I believe you can get one with the same exact functions at all $1 for, well, $1 or $1.25 depending on your all $1 or Dollar Tree. I think that's what they're called now, Dollar Trees. It's just crazy how much technology costs. Now, a few years later, when I got into junior high in 77, 78, that time frame, finally needed to actually get a calculator. And the Sundstrom family bought their very first calculator, a Texas Instruments calculator. And it was a big expense for the family. We didn't have a lot of money. And I needed it for my class, one of my math classes. And Dad and I went to a local retail store called Grand Central here in Utah, which they don't exist anymore. But anyway, and I remember him spending upwards of $50 for, again, a very basic calculator for me to use. And it wasn't for me to have. It was the family's calculator. Just the cost of technology like that back then was so darn expensive. I wonder, folks, what you remember being expensive. We know gas was cheap, or was it? What does 55 cents equate to? It's probably $2-3 still. If you take that 55 cents and extrapolate it into today's dollars. So I'm not sure gas was really all that cheap, but it certainly was a lot cheaper than a calculator. I remember all sorts of electronics were very expensive, even into the mid 80s. I worked at a Kmart, and for a fairly long period of time, I worked in the electronics department, selling televisions and home stereos, that kind of thing. It was one of the better jobs to have at Kmart if you were going to have it, because they would actually give you a commission on the items that you sold. And back then, 25-inch console TV would run you $500-600, and your 19-inch TVs, and this is, keep in mind, mid 80s, 19-inch TVs would run you $200, $300, $400, depending on the technology. I remember when we finally started getting in some 19-inch TVs, which would then become 20-inch TVs because they weren't curved. They were a flat screen, but they still had the big CRT tube in the back. So they were still heavy buggers, very difficult to lift. Your black and white TVs would run you anywhere from $100 to, maybe if on sale you could get them for $79, $80, but typically they were $100 to $150. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, here we go. MD says $1 equals $6.67 today. So 50 5 cents is roughly $3.50. So thank you for that. And Tim the Enchanter says, our first VCR was a Betamax. Oh, yeah. Oh, I feel bad for all those folks that jumped on the Betamax train. Better quality, much better picture. But, of course, it did not become the standard. But almost cost his or her parents $1,000. Yeah. VCRs. That was one of those things that we didn't have in our home until probably 86, 87. My parents finally decided to spend the money on a VCR. I think they probably got it during one of those Black Friday sales where I remember it had a wired remote. It cost them, if I remember right, about $250, $260. They got it on Black Friday. It was a wired remote with a 2-head VCR, and it wasn't great. I think it lasted them a couple of years before they had to finally replace it. Okay, this is what I do. If you don't like it, don't watch. It's going to be banter. I'm going to read a lot of the comments. This just might not be your scene, and I appreciate that, but not a sermon. It's me having conversation, me pulling up comments, and then later on we're going to play some trivia. So that's what I do on my live streams. Always great to have you here, but if it's not your thing, I totally get it, and you're always welcome to leave. Okay, let's see what else we got. Captain Cool and the Kongs. What great memories I have of that show, the Sid and Marty Krofft show, particularly the Krofft Super Show that aired on Saturdays with Captain Cool and the Kongs hosting. A lot of those Captain Cool and the Kong songs were actually written by the Osmonds and performed in many cases by the Osmonds as well. Of course, Captain Cool and the Kongs were actors and not really musicians. The Thing says, I bought a VCR in 1980 for $400. That sounds about right. And do you remember how much VCR tapes cost? Those VHS tapes, at least I remember in the late 80s spending about $10 for a 3-pack. So it was pretty expensive just to get the tapes as well. Emily Miller says, my dad and grandpa were big gamblers, so I had always had cool electronics. You were lucky. My wife's father was, he worked in the computer industry, and she was fortunate enough to have an Atari 2600 that came with one cartridge. And on that cartridge was, she told me, hundreds of different games, because there really wasn't that much memory that those cartridges held. Somehow it had been hacked, and it held a bunch of the games. So very cool thing there. I was very envious when she told me about that one. Let's see. Tom says he still has a Betamax. Well, God bless you for sticking with the technology. Like I said, superior technology. Tim says newspapers for a 1-week delivery were 75 cents. DOA version 2.1 says I got my first General Electric TV at Montgomery Ward's. There's a name from the past. For $349. It was a demo model, but its original price was $499. Wow. Only $257. That's probably when my parents bought a VCR as well. Betamax, $2,000. Sony products typically aren't cheap. Let's see what else we got here. Tokens were 35 cents. Yes, you've got to love Kmart. I miss those stores tremendously. Cindy says, I remember my mom's at her office loved that more than toys. You're talking about the calculator, right? Yeah. I remember the Ben Franklin 5 and 10. Groovy Highway, I don't think I've said hello to you. Welcome to the live stream. Awesome to have you here. Zuberplex says the first video game console, it was the Magnavox Odyssey. I remember going to the State Fair here in Utah and seeing one on display in the early 70s. Probably 73, 74, something like that, and really wanting one bad. Of course, I didn't get it, but eventually we did get an Atari 2600. Let's see. Loved Woolworths. I bought the VCR as a family gift. That's awesome. You were a great gifter if that's what you came up with. Raja 1938 says the cost of electronics back in the day is the only thing I don't get nostalgic about. Me neither. Look at the cost of computers. That's really crazy. The cost of computers, people would be spending $5,000, $6,000 for a PC. Movie World Comics says, hello, Dave Sundstrom. There was a 1972 sequel to The Blob called Beware the Blob, and it was directed by Larry Hagman. Have you seen it? I have not. Some people call it the movie that JR shot. That's awesome. I'll have to track it down. I wonder if it's on any of the streaming services. Ren, good to have you here with us as well. Always good to have you bumping into people. Let's see. Wavelength was in Tripoli, Libya in 72. Holy cow. And let's see. Dolph Quick says black and white TVs were a little cheaper than color TVs. Yeah, they were. In particular, we would sell these 12-inch black and white TVs. They're about $100. I'm giving you early 80s, mid 80s prices there. Dave Thomas says our first video game console was the Magnavox Odyssey. Awesome. Wow, you were probably one of the more popular kids in your neighborhood, I would guess. All right, let's see. Jim Backus, thanks for the kind words. Yeah, we got lots of folks watching the live stream right now. And folks, if you're enjoying it, I would appreciate a thumbs up. You know, as the Fonz recommends.
Hey folks, if you're enjoying this live stream, be like the Fonz and give it a thumbs up. Hey.
Thanks, Mike. Truly appreciate that. Nick Mamonis asks why beta VCRs failed. You know what? I have a theory about that. The VHS video cassette recorders, the VHS tapes, they would, in the standard play mode, they would record for 2 hours. And that is not true for original beta tapes. I think they would record for 90 minutes. Now, there were extended play modes on both the VHS and the beta tapes. Extended play for a VHS tape was 2 or 6 hours. And, I think for the beta tape, they were somewhere around 4 hours. But either way, if you buy a Sony, you're not buying it for the extended play mode. You want that great picture. That's why you got the Betamax. And so the 90 minutes wasn't enough to record a movie on television, a number of things like that kind of, I think, stood in the way. Now, there were other issues as well. It wasn't just that, but from a convenience standpoint, just the ability to buy a tape and record a movie, the Sunday movie of the week, without having to switch tapes or anything like that, or worry about editing out commercials. It was just awesome. Great question. Let's see, we've got another super chat here. A very kind super chat. Let me scroll down and see if I can find that. Lots and lots of comments. I'm going to miss a bunch. Dan Campbell says, alone again, naturally. You know what? That sounds so familiar, and yet I can't remember what that's from. You're going to have to help me. Someone help me out on that comment. In the meantime, I have definitely got to say thank you to Dan for that very generous super chat. I'm going to allow my friend Steve Martin to do a little dance.
And now it's time for a little dance, and here we go.
Thank you so much, Dan. I really appreciate the super chat. That's very kind of you. Tracy Rothmeyers asked this earlier, and I just saw that it was scrolling by. How many channels do I have? I currently have a channel called Retro Music Memories, in addition to this one, and another channel called The Good Stuff, and another one called Top Treat TV and Movie Trivia. I really am kind of just working on the Retro Music Memories channel and the Trivia channel, in addition to this one. So those are the three that I have. And like I said, I have a couple others that I'm just playing around with, but those are the three that, boy, if you haven't subscribed to them, I surely would appreciate the support. All right, let's see. Here we go. Raja 1938 says that Betamax failed because Sony wouldn't license their tech. Okay, very interesting. And that makes a lot of sense. They probably wanted to sell all the hardware, right? Whereas there were lots of different types of VHS VCRs out there. The thing said in 72, I'd love to hang out in Sears as a kid and just watch TV. I would do that at Kmart. Yeah, that was my theory, was the Betamax tapes, they just lasted for a shorter period of time in terms of their run length. Let's see. John Collins says, I'm not good at math, but I belong to other YouTube channels where they discuss comic movies, and they're always discussing billion-dollar movies. Isn't the billion meaningless because of inflation? Absolutely. Absolutely. When you think about some of the movies from the old days, they would be billion-dollar movies if we were to inflate the dollars into current, into current values. Let's see what else we got here. I think we've got a super sticker I need to address. Just keep scrolling here. That's from Lance Chaffin. Lance, you are a good man. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Truly appreciated. Very much so, in fact. And Lance is a super fan as well, so he provides support that way for the channel as well. A little Spidey action for you, Lance.
Someone is trying to embarrass me.
Thanks for your support, buddy. Truly appreciated. All right. You know what? Enough chat, enough conversation about VCRs. Although let's pull this one up. Ben Adams says the very first thing I recorded on my VCR was a series of MTV videos. You and me both, buddy. That was the thing I was most excited for with the VCR, was to record videos. You know, this was before YouTube and the instant accessibility of music videos. So I was recording all sorts of, I would just fill up VHS tapes with MTV. Wish I had those tapes now. I really do. Thanks for sharing. All right, it's trivia time. Well, it's not. We're going to pay take care of some sponsors, pay our bills. These are, of course, commercials from the 70s. 72-ish, but there's a one or two there that might be from a year or two later. We're going to do some commercials. We're going to play some trivia. And then we're going to give away a year subscription to Remind Magazine. Why? Because it's a freaking awesome magazine. And they were kind enough to, well, they don't sponsor me in terms of giving me any sort of financial support. They were kind enough to offer some free subscriptions to my community members in the form of drawings, one each month. So we'll do that. I got to say hello to Superfan Lisa Fields, and there's one more super chat I want to address real quick. Dominic D says, did the electric company start in 72? I don't know if it did. Right around there, but it might have been 73. That's a great question. I don't remember, truthfully, Dominic D. If I can find out the answer to that question, I will let you know. All right, let's do some commercials, and then I will be right back.
Hello, my jolly jonquils. Hello, daisies. Why, you're not my daisy.
Right, Mother Nature. They're new chiffonware bowls. Taste.
It's my sweet, creamy butter.
Nope, that's chiffon margarine.
Chiffon margarine? Oh, no, it's my butter, all right.
Chiffon fooled even you, Mother Nature.
It's not nice to fool Mother Nature. If you think it's butter, but it's not. It's chiffon.
Do you know what kind of a girl I am? Come here and I'll tell you. I'm an actress who needs the whitest teeth I can get. See? That's why I'm a Pepsodent girl. Because Pepsodent gets my teeth their absolute whitest. Oh, and another great thing about Pepsodent, it has the lowest abrasion level of all leading toothpastes. How about that? Take it from Barbara Feldon. Teeth that need to be their whitest need Pepsodent. So get smart. Get Pepsodent.
You know what's poppin'?
New Incredible!
The bubblegum that
Pops in your mouth!
Where's the bubble? That comes later.
When you put it in your mouth, it starts to pop. Those tiny little pieces go flippity flop.
It's poppin' and flippity floppin'. And a great bubblegum flavor.
So where's the bubble?
I can pop it without the bubble.
New Incredible Popping Bubblegum. It pops inside your mouth.
Hi.
Hi, Fred.
See how I make Fruity Pebbles in my Fruity Pebbles factory?
Fruitylicious.
And as soon as Fred makes them, I eat them. Fruitylicious. Here comes more Fruity Pebbles, Bonnie. Boy, I can't resist fruity flavor. What's so funny?
Bonnie.
What? You're eating up the Fruity Pebbles as fast as we make them. Oh, but Fred, Post-Fruity Pebbles cereal's part of a balanced breakfast. Bonnie. They're fruitylicious. Why, you... Yabba dabba fruity do.
Yoo-hoo, Whipple! Uh-oh, Hoffmeyer. I'm letting them squeeze the Charmin in my store. Hoffmeyer, are you crazy? Ladies, measure how big and fluffy Charmin is.
Big and fluffy. Charmin's so squeezably soft, it's irresistible.
Please, don't squeeze the Charmin. Hoffmeyer, in my store, nobody squeezes the Charmin. Nobody but you, hypocrite. Charmin, so big and fluffy, so squeezably soft. It's irresistible.
Sleepyhead, wake up.
Oh, Maxine, I was out so late last night.
A nice fresh cup of instant Maxwell House coffee will wake you up.
You and your instant.
Not just instant. Instant Maxwell House. I think my customers deserve the best.
So fresh tasting.
It's these flavor buds. That's where the freshness starts.
Hey, Susie, you're looking mighty fresh.
Thanks, Maxine.
Thank Instant Maxwell House. Every cup tastes fresh, like your first cup in the morning.
There we go. You know what? I want that off the screen for a moment here. We're not quite ready to do trivia. Getting back to Dominic D's question, I took the time to look that up. 1971 is when the electric company debuted, October of 71. So great question. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you very much.
One more super chat I'd like to address is from John Collins. He says, is that sweatshirt you were wearing for your Steve Perry live stream the other day from Pat's channel available for purchase? I don't know. It was a gift from Pat. So I think Pat definitely needs to start selling those things, but he's currently just been using them as a means of promoting the channel. But I wish he would, because I actually need to replace. I had a black one that he gave me a couple of years ago, and it's seen so much use that I really can't wear it much anymore. But the white one still is in relatively good shape, so that's where I wore it. I always love the having the opportunity to promote Pat's channel. We're talking about Pat McCormick, and he has a great channel called the Golden Rage of TV. Not golden, don't put the in front of it. Just type in Golden Rage of TV, and you're going to find a fantastic channel on YouTube that everyone, if you enjoy my stuff, you should check out that channel. Another awesome channel, as long as I'm talking about great channels. You guys saw Retro Serial ENC in the chat earlier tonight. He's got a fantastic channel that, again, focuses on nostalgia. I'd point you to my brother's channel, Stephen Sundstrom. He does a lot of the same stuff that I do, although he ventures into the 90s and the 2000s sometimes. There's a guy named Thrash Pondo Ponds. You'll find him on ENC's Retro Serials live streams. He's got a great channel that he's just starting to work on. He has some fun joke videos as well. He started to review comics on his channel. And then that, speaking of reviewing comics, that reminds me of Danny Staten. The Daily Dan blog is the channel that I'd point you to, but he has another channel called Danny Staten as well, Staton. The Daily Dan blog, though, he does, in addition to searching for Bigfoot, Danny, he does some great comic book reviews as well. So there's my shout outs for the evening. These folks are all awesome, and hopefully I didn't forget anybody. Oh, The Life and Sad Ending, Steve Tevis. This guy, he's awesome. Check out his channel as well. All right, John Collins. So that's the answer to that question. Let me throw a little love your way. What should we go with? I always do Dukes with you, but I'll give you something afterwards as well. How about this one?
Thank you very much. 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 Thank you. Thank you very much.
You definitely deserve the king, Dan or John. Truly appreciated for all your support. All right. I don't see any other super chats. Lots of great conversation, but we've got to get to trivia. So let me bring that on. Here we go. 10 questions. Again, this is coming directly from Remind Magazine. Here's my copy of Remind Magazine. And the author of this trivia contest is Candace Sullivan over there at Remind Magazine. She has 25 questions in here in the Ultimate 1972 quiz. We'll do 10 of them tonight. And then, for anybody that's sticking around, we'll give away a subscription to Remind Magazine as well. So here we go. Question number 1. The first commercially successful video game was released in 1972. What was it? Was it Centipede, Pong, Asteroids, or Outlaw? Again, the first commercially, so the ones you'd find in the arcades, commercially successful video game was released in 72. What was it? Was it Centipede, Pong, Asteroids, or Outlaw? I'm going to let everybody just, you can either put your answer in the chat, you can just lock it in your noggin, whatever you're most comfortable with. 72. It's a little bit before my time when it came to playing video games at the arcade. We have out here in Utah a theme park that's called Lagoon. I actually live pretty darn close to Lagoon now. But growing up, I lived about 10 miles away from Lagoon. And we'd get to go there once every summer. Once every summer, we'd go to Lagoon. And great rides. They have a fantastic roller coaster. Just a really fun place. And it's even more magical when you're a kid, right? But they had this huge arcade. And I remember seeing this game in the arcade there. By the way, of these 10 questions, when I did this quiz earlier, I got 8 out of 10 right. Just so you know, kind of that's a bar for you to shoot for. I'm sure many of you can beat that score. All right, the correct answer is Pong is the correct answer. Looks like lots of folks got that correct. I saw a few folks say Asteroids. Asteroids didn't roll around until the late 70s, I believe. I was thinking Outlaw. I almost went Outlaw because I remember that game as well, and that was a fun little game. But Pong was the correct answer. Groovy Highway says, too easy. Come on, man. We're old, not stupid. I'm glad it was an easy one for you. I truly am. Yes. Jason Goldtrup says, Lagoon is mentioned in the Beach Boys song Amusement Parks USA. It sure is. As a matter of fact, the Beach Boys performed at Lagoon a couple of times. Back in the day, they had a pavilion where concerts would take place. I think the Stones might have been there as well, too. Yeah, okay, next question. This crooner and member of the Rat Pack made a 1972 appearance on the sitcom All in the Family. This crooner and member of the Rat Pack made a 1972 appearance on the sitcom All in the Family. Your choices are Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., or Joey Bishop. Give folks about 15 seconds to lock their answer in, either in the chat or in their noggins. And I'm going to take a sip of Diet Coke. It's last Diet Coke for a few days. I'm having a colonoscopy. And that's what happens when you get older. Of course, many of you know that. But apparently I can't drink Diet Coke for a day or two till that gets over, till I'm done with that procedure. All right. And the correct answer is Frank Sinatra. That's wrong. That is wrong. The correct answer is Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. is the correct answer. I'm going to have to fix my PowerPoint. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. Yeah, Tim says, drink that prep down, Dave. I'm going to do so starting tomorrow. And Ron Nasty 64 says a colonoscopy is a real thing. I thought he said someone said they hadn't had one yet. Oh, John H says he hasn't had one yet. All right, next question. Which former president died in 1972? I sure hope I got this one right in terms of just the selection here. Is it Dwight D. Eisenhower, Lyndon B. Johnson, Harry S. Truman, or Richard M. Nixon? Again, which former president died in 1972? Dwight D. Eisenhower, Lyndon B. Johnson, Harry S. Truman, or Richard M. Nixon? Yeah, Jason, the chalk you drink the night before will make you lose 50 pounds in 2 hours. This is my second one. I'm old enough that I had one in my early 50s. This is my second one, but yeah, I remember the experience well, and I didn't quite lose 50 pounds, but kind of felt like it. All right. Correct answer is Harry S. Truman. That is correct. President Harry S. Truman passed away in 1972. All right, I would love to see some scores here. Let's do a quick update on scores. Tell me what your scores are while I block this spammer. Hang on a second. We got a little spammer in our thread here. Got rid of the spammer. All right, Emily Miller is 3 for 3. Rich Atwood, 3 for 3. Paul Rotter, 3 for 3. Marianne Lockwood, 3 for 3. Superfan Lance Chafin, 3 for Chaffin. I should say 3 of 3. Nick Lamonis, 3 of 3. Abby Kim Stewart, 3 of 3. Jeff Sadon, 1 of 3, I'm guessing, or 1 of 1 if he just joined. Thrash Pondo Pons, 3 of 3. Dave Thomas, 2 of 3. Superfan Dave Claroni, 3 of 3. Superfan Lisa Phils, 2 of 3. Carolyn Harmon, 1 of 3. Superfan Superplex. That's the answer. Yep. Hello to Artie's 2 out of 3. Terrell is 3 of 3. Vinny Roth is 2 of 3. Champa Boy is 2 of 3. Kenneth Wilkinson's 2 of 3. Danny Staten's got all 3 so far. Superfan Mike D is 2 of 3. Groovy Highway, 3 of 3. I'm making them too easy for you. I'm working on this, my friend. Custom God, 3 of 3. John Stemmer, 2 of 3. MD, 2 of 3. Todd McCreary, 3 of 3. Ruth Dunham, 2 of 3. Superfan Georgia Ayers, 2 of 3. Karen Lee Maloney must have joined us a little bit late, but is 1 of 1. Tim, 2 of 3. Superfan Superplex is 3 of 3. Dominic D, 3 of 3. Mike Jones, 2 of 3. Superfan Jill Carter, 3 of 3. Superfan Kevin Davis, 2 of 3. You know the thing's 3 of 3. You know that. You just know it. 2 of 3 for Jerry Gillespie. Karen Lester's 2 of 3. Superfan Elf Dog 100, 2 of 3. Superfan Jason Goldtrip, 3 of 3. Tim the Enchanter, 2 of 3. Superfan John Collins, 3 of 3. Superfan Spike Spikerson's got all 3 so far. Groovy Highway, 3 of 3. Jan Koza, 2 of 3. Raja 1938, 2 of 3. Sakina McMurrin's 2 of 3. Superfan Tracy Roth Myers is 2 of 3. Shannon Burns, 2 of 3. Texas Ray, 2 of 3. And I think we'll stop there and go to some more questions. Come on, let's go. Question 4 of 8. This comedian was arrested in Milwaukee for violating obscenity laws. This comedian was arrested in Milwaukee for violating obscenity laws. Was it Richard Pryor, Andy Kaufman, Flip Wilson, George Carlin? Ron Nasty asked if I got the president one correct. I did not. It was one of them that I missed. Again, your choices are Richard Pryor, Andy Kaufman, Flip Wilson, George Carlin. We'll give folks about 10 seconds to answer the question in the chat, or don't. You don't really need to unless you want to. And the correct answer is George Carlin. Lots of folks got that one correct. Good job, folks. We will, when we get to, I think, maybe 6 questions done, we'll see how everybody's doing so far in the scores. What was the highest grossing film of 1972? Was it What's Up, Doc, starring Barbara Streisand and Ryan O'Neal? The Godfather, starring Marlon Brando? Deliverance, starring John Voight and Burt Reynolds? Or The Poseidon Adventure, starring so many movie stars? Which one was it? Highest grossing movie. The movie that made the most bank in 1972. What's up, Doc? The Godfather, Deliverance, or the Poseidon Adventure? What could it be? By the way, I'm one of those folks that enjoys Godfather 2 a little bit more than Godfather 1. It's just me. But I didn't really like Godfather 3. I know that there's this kind of resurgence around Godfather 3, and folks are saying that time has been kind to it. But yeah, I feel like it was a pretty big letdown. I'm pretty sure the Poseidon Adventure was 1972. Let's look it up. Hang on a second. You've got me curious there. Poseidon Adventure. 1972 film is what it says here. Let's see when it was actually, see if I can get a release date. I'm going to Wikipedia on this. Irwin Allen movie, released on December 12th, 1972. Well, there you go. All right, so what was it, folks? Another few seconds, and then I bet you it was The Godfather. Yes, it was. The Godfather. All right, let's keep moving on. Moving on to question 6. This TV sitcom included a storyline where someone had an abortion, a shocking subject for the time. Was it All in the Family, MASH, Maude, or Marcus Welby, MD? This TV sitcom included a storyline where someone had an abortion, a shocking subject for the time. Again, your choices are All in the Family, MASH, Maude, or Marcus Welby, MD. I'm just going to sit here quietly for a second. Oh, like I said, it was a heck of a day today. Have you ever had one of those days where just all sorts of crazy things happen and you just can't ever feel like you're caught up? That was today. That was today for Dave Sundstrom. I shouldn't talk about myself in third person. It's kind of annoying. That was the day for me today. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Tracy, that there's a delay with the streaming. That's always annoying when that happens. I woke up this morning and my internet was down. It was down for like 3 hours. So annoying when, you just can't. We come to rely on this technology so much, and when it doesn't work, it's frustrating. All right, correct answer is Maude. Congrats to all those that got it right. I think those are 6 questions. Let's see scores. Folks, give me some scores. Let's see how you're doing. Oh, by the way, thank you for the virtual hug, Sakina. I needed it. I'm glad I made it as well. Al, I will definitely hang in there. I saw someone tell me to hang in there earlier. Superfan Jason Coldrup. I will. You know what? And life's good. Life is good. Don't get me wrong there. But I do appreciate it. Appreciate all the kind words. John H. is 6 of 6. Ben Adams is 6 of 6. Marianne Lockwood is 5 of 6. Superfan Superplex, 5 of 6. Superfan Elf Dog 100, 5 of 6. These are, great scores, everybody. Really great scores. Rich Atwood, 6 of 6. Superfan Lance Chaffin, 6 of 6. Superfan Kevin Davis, 5 of 6. Superfan Jason Goldtrip, 6 of 6. Traditional One Fun, 5 of 6. Chrominion, 3 of 3. Emily Miller, 5 of 6. Paul Rotter, 6 of 6. Ron Nasty, 64, 5 of 6. Superfan Tracy Roth-Myers, 5 of 6. Dave Thomas, 4 of 6. Cindy Pruitt, 4 of 6. John Stemmer, 3 of 6. Champa Boy, 4 of 6. Superfan Lisa Fields, 4 of 6. The Life and Sad Ending, rocking it tonight with 5 of 6. And Lamont Bradford's doing one better. It's 6 of 6. Superfan Dave Claroni, 6 of 6. Superfan Jill Carter is 6 of 6. Ruth Dunham's 5 of 6. Tim's 5 of 6. Ian's not telling us his score tonight. That's okay, buddy. You are not a failure. You are truly an amazing individual. And I have so valued our friendship and our partnership over the past year or two. Thanks so much, pal. Superfan Mike D's 5 of 6. Custom God 5 of 6. Tim the Enchanter 4 of 6. Superfan Georgia Ayers 4 of 6. Carolyn Harmon 4 of 6. Great score. Karen Lee 5 of 6, great score. Terrell, 6 of 6, I expect no less, my friend. Abby Kim's 4 of 6, Texas Race, 5 of 6. Jeff is 4 of 6. Mike, thanks for the hug, Marianne. Mike Jones is 5 of 6. Jerry Gillespie, 4 of 6. Kenneth Wilkinson, 3 of 6. Jan Koza, 5 of 6. Spike Spikerson, 5 of 6. Peppermint's 5 of 1. I'm thinking you're saying 5 of 6. Karen Lester's 4 of 6. Movie World 2 of 2. Tom's got all 6 because he's got Remind Magazine. He knows these questions. Todd McCreary's perfect. Vinny Roth is 4 of 6. Danny says, you think your day was crazy? I was in the forest for 6 hours on a Bigfoot hunt. I expect to see a video on that, my friend. Sakina was 5 of 6. Nick was 5 of 6. You're not a loser. Stop that. You are not a loser. Thank you, Jill. Appreciate that. YouTube user for 6 of 6. John Collins, 6 of 6. Difficulty at 0. Lance Chaffin, 6 of 6. I got to move forward. Mike D, 5 of 6 so far. And thank you so much for the super chat. Truly appreciated. All right, let's keep moving. Let's get through these 4 last questions. We'll get final scores, and then we'll give away a subscription to Remind Magazine. Okay. Next question. A first-of-its-kind convention was held in New York City for this television series. This was in 1972. A first-of-its-kind convention was held in New York City for this TV series. Was it Gunsmoke, Doctor Who, Batman, or Star Trek? Again, your choices are Gunsmoke, Doctor Who, Batman, or Star Trek. That's my last Diet Coke for a couple of days as well. Gonna have to switch over to Diet Mountain Dew, they tell me. Okay. I see a lot of answers in the chat, and hopefully everyone else has got it locked in their noggin. The correct answer is Trek. All right, keeping moving. We got to keep moving on. We're over an hour already. If Okie were still here, he'd be getting after me for just rambling on about colonoscopies and whatnot. All right, let's see. 8 out of 10. Question number 8 out of 10. Let's see. The first digital watch, so not the calculator. The first digital watch was introduced in 1972. It came with an 18-karat gold case. How much did it cost? So keep in mind, it came with an 18-karat gold case. So did it cost $500, $1,000, $1,800, or $2,100? I will tell you, folks, this is the other question that I missed. So I missed the question around the president, which president died in 72. And I missed this one as well. The first digital watch was introduced in 72. It came with an 18-karat gold case. How much did it cost? Your choices are $5,000, $1,000, $1,800, and $2,100. I'm going to give folks just a few more seconds as I nurse down this final Diet Coke for a couple of days. You know, I've really tried to switch over to Coke Zero, but end of the day, I keep coming back to Diet Coke. Really love it, and I know it's horrible for me. I know it. Correct answer is $2,100. Good job to all of those folks who recognized that 18-karat gold case, well, it cost a bunch of money. And I can't imagine that they sold a lot, Carolyn, to your question. I don't know how many it was, but I cannot imagine how many they sold. Steve Tevis knows a little bit more about this because he's right. It was a Hamilton watch, but I don't know how popular they were. All right, moving on. Let's get to question 9 out of 10. The next question is, how many gold medals did U.S. swimmer Mark Spitz win during the 1972 Olympics? Was it 7, 6, 5, or 4? How many gold medals did U.S. swimmer Mark Spitz win during the 1972 Summer Olympics? I'm going to let folks answer the question. Was it 7, 6, 5, or 4? And the correct answer is 7. I remember a cover. I think it was a cover of Sports Illustrated magazine. Back when I was in elementary school, in the elementary school library, seeing that cover with Mark Spitz and all of those medals. And I just thinking he has to be the coolest dude in the world, the absolute coolest dude in the world. And maybe it's not so much of a coincidence that in high school I swam. All right, let's keep moving. Final question. 1972 was the year, or the first year, for this wonderful New Year's tradition. I'm talking, was it Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve? New Year's Eve with Guy Lombardo? New Year's Eve with Lawrence Welk? Or was it the Times Square Apple Drop? 1972 was the first year for this New Year's tradition. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve? New Year's Eve with Guy Lombardo? New Year's Eve with Lawrence Welk? Or the Times Square Apple Drop? What was it, folks? Let's get some answers in the chat. If you don't feel like throwing your answer in the chat, well, for heaven's sake, just make sure you've locked it up there in your head, because in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, we're going to give the answer. And it was Dick Clark's New Year's Rocking Eve, something that I have enjoyed watching immensely over the years. You know, it's kind of fun because I know that those segments, you got the live segment in New York, and then they're always bouncing back and forth between New York and Los Angeles. And typically there's movie stars and musicians hosting the other segment in Los Angeles. But those are obviously, painfully obvious that they're pre-recorded. But they're still a lot of fun to watch, and I always enjoy those performances. And it's fun to watch the live performances in New York as well. All right, so let's see final scores. I want to see how everybody did. Here's the final scores. Traditional Fun rolled in with an 8 out of 10. John H. got 10 out of 10. Good job, Dave. Claroni, 8 of 10. Superfan Superplex, 8 of 10. I should have said Superfan Dave Claroni. Sorry. Superfan Jill Carter knocked it out of the park tonight. Knocked it out of the park. A home run, 10 out of 10. John Marie says, damn it. Dave Thomas was 6 of 10. Crominion was 6 of 7. Groovy Highway, I don't know what score that means. You'll tell me later. John Stammer, 6 of 10. Superfan Lance Chaffin, perfect. Good job, buddy. The Life and Sad Ending was 9 out of 10. Custom God, 7 of 10. Carolyn Harmon, 6 of 10. Thrash Pondo Ponds, 9 of 10. Champa Boy, 6 of 10. Superfan Mike D, 8 of 10. Paul Rotter, 9 of 10. Rich Atwood, 9 of 10. Yeah, the LA part is always taped. Apple Drop was in the 80s. Interesting. 7 out of 10 for Ken Wilkinson. Superfan Lance Chaffin, 10 of 10. Jerry Gillespie, 8 of 10. Emily Miller, 7 of 10. Lamont Bradford, 9 of 10. Superfan Kevin Davis, 8 of 10. You got the score I got, my friend. You got the score I got. So, you know what? It's a meh, but it's not bad either. Marianne Lockwood, 8 of 10. Only 257, 8 of 10. Ruth Dunham, 8 of 10. Cindy Pruitt, 6 of 10. Superfan Tracy Roth Myers, TRM in the house, 8 of 10. Jan Koza, 8 of 10. It is not the same without Dick Clark. So very, very true. Nick Mamonis was 7 of 10. Superfan Elf Dog 108 of 10. Superfan Lisa Fields, 7 of 10. Raja 1938, 9 of 10. You know the thing? 9 of 10. 8 Traditional Fun, 8 of 10. Superfan Jason Goldtrip, 10 of 10. Or excuse me, 8 of 10. Sorry, gave you bonus points, Jason. Vinny Roth got some points out of 10. Superfan Georgia Ayers, 8 of 10. Tim the Enchanter, 6 of 10. Tim, not the Enchanter, 8 of 10. John Marie forgot the score. Peppermint Katsas got 7 of 10. Todd McCurry, 8 of 10. Superfan Lisa Fields, 7 of 10. Sakina got 9 of 10. Good job. Ron Nasty, 64, 8 of 10. There you go. Karen Lee, 8 of 10. Movie World Comics only was here for 3 questions, but got all 3 right. Mike Jones, 9 of 10. John Collins, 8 of 10. Good job. 7 years before you were born, you still rocked it. Good job. Ian, you still are special. But that is probably the lowest score of anyone tonight. Yeah, here's the problem. You're just too darn young, really. You're just too darn young. Ms. Havisham got 7 of 10. Abby Kim got 5 of 10. Something like that. Fred H. got 8 of 10. Only 257, 8 of 10. Terrell, 10 of 10. Perfect score. Danny Staden, 10 of 10. Perfect score. Good job. Jeff, 6. Georgia, 8. Kevin, Superman Kevin Davis, 8 of 10. Good night, Marianne. It's always great to have you with us. Al Duarte was 7 of 10. Missed the watch and the 2 that I missed. Yeah, paraphrasing a hippie, if you could remember the 70s, you really weren't there. Awesome. I love that. Keith E., 6 of 10. Not pathetic. Not pathetic. Tracy Roth, 8 of 10. Texas Ray, 9 of 10. Joe Espin, 10 of 10. Good job. Good job. All right. I think I've got nope. Kimberly Wiederhold was 7 of 10. I missed that somewhere. Joe Espin was 10 of 10. It slipped away from me, Kimberly, but you got 7 of 10. I saw it. I know I saw it. Now I can't find it. Anyway, let's get going. It's time. It's time to give away. Let's do this. Wrong screen. There we go. It's time to give away a subscription to my favorite magazine, my absolute favorite magazine of all. And I'm talking about Remind Magazine. Remind Magazine it's a blast from the past. You've got all sorts of cool things in it. You've got great articles. You've got TV listings for some of the classic movie channels out there. You got comics, you got trivia, you got puzzles. What more could you want? It's a really good magazine. And the winner, whoever the winner is tonight, you're going to see what I'm talking about. So here's what we're going to do. I've got to go over here and you got to set it up because I was a slacker and forgot to set up the drawing tool. So let me go ahead and set that up while I'm talking here. Find the right broadcast. Now what I need you to do is I need you to type in a word. It's going to be the hashtag symbol. So, and then you're going to follow it up with the word remind. I'm going to put it in go ahead and put it in here. This is what I'm looking for folks to put in. Yeah, Jason Goldtrip has done it just perfectly correct. Hashtag remind. If you want to be in the drawing, we'll give folks about 2 or 3 minutes to put hashtag remind in the chat. Hashtag remind. I got to say, folks, this month's issue, the January 2020 issue of Remind Magazine, is absolutely phenomenal. The cover story is on the Partridge Family, but just, you know what? Everything. It just took me back to 1972. And granted, I was only 8 years old, but I remember a lot of these things. And I remember conversations that my parents had regarding Watergate and Nixon and Agnew. And, I remember the Olympics. I remember the hostage situation with the Olympics. All of these things were, as an 8-year-old TV bug, couch potato, sitting there with my folks as they were watching TV on Saturdays and whenever. I remember these moments. 8 years old. I was just a young buck, but the memories came flooding back as I was leafing through the pages of Remind Magazine. All right. I think we've got a lot of folks in there. I'm going to give folks just about 15 seconds, fair warning, about 15 seconds to get your hashtag in there. John Marie, go back in and do remind. You've got an F at the end. I'm waiting for you. Remind with an F. Hashtag in front of it, only 257. You got to put a hashtag in front of it. Here's what it looks like. You got to do exactly this. See that? Hashtag remind. Get that in there. I'm going to give folks okay, I see Joan Marie got it incorrect. All right, we've got 54 entries in there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Tim, you are the big winner tonight. Tim, here's how you're going to collect your winning your magazine subscription. Here's what I need you to do. I'm going to put in the chat. Let me go back here. I'm going to put in the chat my email address, but I'm going to do it in 2 parts so that spammers don't get a hold of it. So here's the first part. You can see I've got JD Sundstrom at, right? JD Sundstrom at. Now I need you to just send me the address, or your address, your name, full name, and address to that JD Sundstrom at, and then yahoo.com. If you'll send that to me, I will forward your information to the good folks at Remind Magazine, and we'll get that annual subscription started for you. Last month's winner was Mama Pink, so congratulations to both Mama Pink and now Tim. We've got 2 more magazine subscriptions that we'll give away during the months of February and March. And congratulations, Tim. That's awesome. Thanks for sticking around to the very end of the live stream and being part of this community. Truly appreciate it. So, with that said, folks, I think we're going to wrap this thing up. I think it's time to call an end to tonight's live stream. It's been a fun one. It really has. And it's been exactly what I needed tonight in terms of decompressing and just kind of, like I said, it was a heck of a day. Heck of a day. And to be able to jump on a live stream like this and hang out with you folks and talk about music, movies, mostly TV from, an era gone by, in this case, 1972. Well, it was an absolute treat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say thank you to everybody and call it a night. But if you missed the 1972 video that I played beforehand, I'm going to play that one more time for everybody, just for those folks who missed it. And then I might throw a couple of bonus videos, just surprises at the end. But this is great. It's been fun, truly needed. And thank you all again for being part of my YouTube community and for your support. It is very much appreciated. We'll talk to you all soon. And have a great remainder of the week.
We take you now to Kermit the Frog at the scene of another fast-breaking news story.
Is this microphone on?
The ailing aerospace industry got a boost today as President Nixon committed the nation to a new phase of space exploration.
Introducing the LC-8, world's smallest electronic calculator by Sharp. Price tag to match, $345 complete.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Of course you get 1-button color on Sears 19-inch color TV. But you also get something a lot more important. Come, I'll show you.
I rode my bicycle past your window last night.
Built into every 1972 Volkswagen is a network of sensors leading to one central socket.
This is a CBS News special report. The President in China. Banquet in the Great Hall.
I want one picture taken with Archie Bunker, my friend, and me.
You want me?
Yes. Now on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Apollo 16 blasted off today to explore the mountains of the moon. Astronauts John Young, Ken Mattingly, and Charles Duke described their trip phenomenal.
Quick, Batgirl, untie us before it's too late.
It's already too late. I've worked for you a long time, and I'm paid less than Robin.
Holy discontent!
Same job, same employer means equal pay for men and women.
Through the years, innovation has been an obsession with Peugeot.
Good evening. We have a mystery story out of Washington.
5 people have been arrested and charged with breaking into the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee in the middle of the night.
The Democratic National Committee is located in the Watergate office.
The Summer Olympics, up close and personal, the ABC way.
Live at this moment from ABC headquarters, just outside the Olympic Village in Munich, West Germany. This is building number 31. At this moment, 8 or 9 terrified living human beings are being held prisoner.
But Spitz is going to go in. Spitz wins the gold medal. In second place.
So you can use either regular or unleaded gas.
Fill her up. Yeah. And now here's the star of the new Price is Right, Bob Barker.
The great hair color for that big, bright, colorful hunk of a difference that brunettes deserve. For brunettes only.
You think my going through that kind of excitement might create a perspiration problem?
Take it easy.
Good evening. The fighting is over for American ground soldiers in Vietnam.
Nixon now. Nixon now. He's made the difference. He's shown us how.
Bowdy, the quicker picker-upper. Strong, too.
This is about deception. This is about the White House. And this is how you stop it. With your vote.
Through 4 weeks of the 72 season, the Dolphins were undefeated.
Now there's discrete 4-channel sound. Introducing Series 44 from Panasonic.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Jim Bob. Good night, Jim Bob.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Nothing makes better hot buttered popcorn than the Hamilton Beach Butter Up Popper. It's the original automatic self-buttering popper.
According to our CBS News estimate, President Nixon has been reelected.
I can't believe I ate that whole thing.
Take 2 Alka-Seltzer.
His name was Jeremiah Johnson. They say he wanted to be a mountain man.
Robert Redford as Jeremiah Johnson.
Till the one day when the lady met this fellow, and they knew that it was much more than a hunch.
That's the way it is. Tuesday, December 26, 1972. This is Walter Cronkite, CBS News. Good night.
Hey folks, if you're enjoying this live stream, be like the Fonz and give it a thumbs up. Hey.
Tonight, it's 2 dazzling hours of thrills. The all-new Circus of the Stars with ringmasters Linda Evans, Elliot Gould, Bob Newhart, and Brooke Shields tonight.
This is CBS.
I know you're out there. You some... You embarrassed me. You made a fool out of me and out of my son, Junior, that twit. You've been running away. And I've been following you. I'm gonna catch you. And when I catch you, I'm gonna put you behind bars for the rest of your life. And then when you die, I'm gonna put you in a box. And I'm gonna put you behind bars for the rest of your natural death. Now, when I leave here, I'm going to get in my car, and I'll be in hot pursuit. You some...
The ABC Sunday Night Movie presents the most spectacular space adventure ever filmed. Transport yourself in time to a star system far beyond our own galaxy. Battlestar Galactica, a saga of a star world.
That is precision flying.
For 1,000 years, a race of alien machines has been bent on destruction of the human race.
They hate us with every fiber of their existence.
And now their evil plans may become reality.
It's dangerous around here. Cylons lured me into their deception once.
Closing in 5 microns.
Never again.
Prepare yourself for Battlestar Galactica.
Why is this man sought by those on both sides of the law?
I've got to get away.
Tell me who has the gun and your life is guaranteed.
You have my word.
Let me warn you about the Green Hornet.
I could flood the world diamond market with your perfect imitations. I can make you millions.
He's not the two-bit kind of thug you're used to dealing with. He's clever and he's dangerous.
Master criminal or brilliant crime fighter? Who is the Green Hornet? The Green Hornet, in color, on ABC.
Friday puts us together with Andy Griffith, our new headmaster.
This is our school. It's a co-educational prep school, and I'm the headmaster. That's like a principal. Since all of our students are teenagers, we're going to try and deal with many of the situations that young people come up against these days. And in all of these stories, there'll be a combination of comedy and drama. We have a football team. They practice and they play, and they enjoy it. Our team's never won a game. Our coach is Jerry Van Dyke. Our caretaker and confidant is Parker Finley. This is where I live with my wife. She also teaches at the school. So you see, we won't always be involved with school problems because we have our family life to tell about. We're on every Friday night on CBS.
Feels like it could go away. Things gotta change, but you're wondering when. One can be a lonely number. Sometimes it makes you wonder if the sun will ever shine again. You really don't know what to do to get it going right. So you figure let it rest a while and just give up the fight. But as you do, suddenly it all comes around. What you thought you couldn't find, you find. Bless you.
Looking good together, looking good, looking good. Looking good together, looking good. Good things to share, good friends are there. Looking good together.
Yeah. Hi. I thought you might like to come to my party.
Why, how nice of you. You and CBS, you're looking good.
You've got a great pair of legs.
Need a little magic to make your tummy disappear? Try my magic. Legs Control Top Pantyhose with feel-free control. Legs Control Top holds you in all the right places, but you feel free as a breeze.
Stretching, bending, standing. There's one pantyhose that's always fitting. Nothing beats a great pair of legs.
Hey folks, if you're enjoying this live stream, be like the Fonz and give it a thumbs up. Hey.
On Quark, will ficus become his plant-in-law? Will Quark become his dinner?
Can't you talk to him, Adam? He's not here to chat. He's here to eat.
Friday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
Friday, gray jacket, navy pants, white shirt, blue tie. Gannon, dark gray suit, white shirt, blue tie. The dress code of Dragnet. It's part of our television heritage. Whether it was making a bust or making small talk with a lady friend, Joe and Bill wore the same suits in every episode of Dragnet. This conservative wear not only kept the wardrobe budget to a minimum, but also ensured the scenes were always cut together in editing. Of the 98 color episodes of Dragnet, only 5 contain scenes in which you'll find Joe out of uniform. Nick at Night is preserving our television heritage.
Friday wants to know.
You understand your rights?
Nick at Night says, know your TV rights.
According to state and federal law, you're entitled to classic TV all night. It's your right.
That makes it as legal as eating a hot dog at the ball game.
That's why, unlike some networks who leave you defenseless in late night, Nick at Night is always on patrol from prime time into the wee hours. There to protect and serve you big TV pleasure.
Flip a dial, instant entertainment.
So exercise your right to classic TV all night with